What up? What up? What up? It's your man, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? We're back inside a 3-point conversion sports lounge. And I got my guy to my right, my guy, Mace. What up, dog?
Dude, what's happening? What's happening? Wow. Seems like I just seen you.
I know, man. Well, I would have asked you how you been. I just seen you, but
yeah. We were just cutting up yesterday.
Oh yeah, we was cutting up.
Cutting up.
It was fun though.
Cutting up. Yeah, great game yesterday, man. Great game yesterday.
Yeah, man. That was a great game, man. Everything good?
Yeah, man. Hey, Wednesday, the 4th tomorrow, whatever that means to, whoever. It's a day off.
Right.
Pretty much how I sum it up. Day off. I ain't celebrating nothing but a day off.
So let me ask you, you cooking? You what you doing?
Nah, so we're having like a family outing. One of our cousins, he got like a lot of land, and he kind of does this fourth thing, so he just gets everybody out to the property, man. So he gonna do it big. Only thing we got to do is drive down. So that's all. That's the most we'll be doing is ride.
Okay.
Other than that, we chilling. We are chilling.
I see. I gotta get in there and grill.
Okay, you already prepped everything?
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm gonna smoke it. I'm gonna smoke this.
Oh, okay.
I don't eat the swine.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's why I was asking, because I mean, I know how you eat, so I mean, you know what I'm saying.
The family do, so I'm
right.
I got some smoke some ribs. I'm gonna put them on tonight. Some ribs, and chicken, and I don't know, probably some hot dog. I ain't gonna do too much,
Well, the good thing about it, they don't have to worry about you kind of like, tearing off a piece here.
Right. No, I don't have to worry about that. I just use my daughter as the guinea pig. Like, come here, let me taste this. Yeah. Ooh, that was good. Is it? All right. So it ain't.
Dog, with my brother grill, you gotta always know, like, what he started with ain't what's coming off the grill, because he got a whole meal going on now. You like, no, just make you a plate.
Right.
What are we doing?
Be hungry, be full by the time food ready. Yeah,
bro, what are you doing, man?
I know, but yeah, man. But hey, what up, people, man? We got a good show for y'all, man. Like you're saying on the title, it's the new age and new day and age, man. And for real, man, it's a new time. We got to go with the punches, man. Roll with the punches. And today we are talking about we got to talk about the WNBA like we do now. It's crazy how when we talk about the WNBA, that's the first thing we talking about. And remember how it used to be where, if we talked about it was the last thing, but it's good that we're talking about them like this. But we have to talk about the Atlanta Dream. Like you said, it was a great game. They played against the Chicago Sky. We talk about that, where the state of the Dream is. The All-Star team was revealed last night. And we have to talk about, I mean, I know we talk about them, but not necessarily in this manner of who's this and who's that, who's better. No, we're just going to talk about just the impact of these rookies.
Newsworthy.
It's newsworthy. It's especially last night, what we witnessed and everything, what I got a chance to witness, so it was dope. But we're going to talk about that. Also, man, NBA, bro, we, everybody mad at I won't say everybody. A lot of people mad at Bronny and LeBron for coming together. So we got to get on that. And I want to know how you feel about it, because I'm going to definitely talk about how I feel. But then also because Bronny just signed a contract. LeBron just signed a contract. So it's official. But also
family affair, baby. Family affair.
Right. Also, NBA free agency, man. We got to get on that, man. It was some deals made, dog. We got to talk about it, bro.
Making moves, dog. Making moves. They making moves.
Yeah. Also, we have to talk. We're gonna talk NFL. I know training camp is approaching us, but I think we should talk about Deshaun Watson, man. Is he ever going to get back to stardom?
Woo.
What we saw beforehand, and that's I think it's a kind of a good topic to talk about. Also, and then you might like this, man. We're sticking with the wide receivers, bro. So, ladies and gentlemen who are watching NFL, I don't think this gets enough press, this question or debate, however you want to put it. Who's better, T.O. or Randy Moss?
Oh,
We're going to go from a career standpoint, go from
ooh,
talent-wise, and we got to get
ooh.
into that.
Oh, I can't wait to get into that one because I had
Yeah,
a unique perspective on that once upon a time, and it caused a ruckus about 3 years ago. So yeah, it's
good.
a good time to bring it back up. Yeah.
That's what we want. Then we got to talk about MLB, man. All-Star will be revealed. It should have been revealed now, like
But they're
7 o'clock.
doing it now. The show,
They're doing it now.
show aired, but they got to go through
Okay.
all the
All the
yeah. It's
yeah,
a TV. They made it's a
stuff.
TV show, so
Right.
we'll know
So
about 10 o'clock tonight.
yeah, we'll we'll get into that, and then Dr. Fowler's coming on with injury report, and then we got quick hits and stop it sex segment. Also, what's on my mind, man? So let your family and friends know they listen to the show live on the 3-Point Conversion Facebook page, also on the 3-Point Conversion YouTube channel as well. We're live. Come in, comment, chat. Just be respectful. That's all I say. We ain't, but because some of the topics, some people. Anyway, all right, bro. Let's get into this, man. First off, just some news. Jonte Porter. Remember he was banned from the NBA from the sports betting scandal. He is facing federal felony charges now, connected to that. Uh, I know Ridley, like, whew, boy, I'm glad I ain't had to deal with this. Oh, yeah, right. So, hey, what up, Red Gunner? He said WNBA is getting better. Angel Reese has been balling with them double doubles, and people hate for what LeBron, the man, of course, he's supposed to make sure his son is there. Of course, I would have done the same. And 49ers win the Super Bowl. T.O. for me. He summed it all up. All right, man.
Salute.
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 But what you think about this Jonte, bro? What?
So with me being the gambler that I am, I'm a professional. Excuse me, I'm not a professional, but I am a sports gambler. And
Okay.
the biggest problem with this, and anytime it's guys in the league, it's like insider trading.
Right.
It's information that they have that nobody else have, and they can use that info to their advantage. And I think that's where the problem that's what the issue is, because it's like, dude, you got a tip that nobody else has, and
Right.
you can go maximize. You can take, like, if he knows such hurt and it ain't hit the injury report or anything yet, he can go put all his money on it because he know it's basically a lock.
Right.
So that's where the problem that's where the problem comes in, because it's almost like, bruh, you on some real Wolf of Wall Street, inside trade, mafioso type stuff, and you're gonna wipe out the books. So that's where the feds and everything comes in, because gambling. I mean, I mean, a lot of people know this, but a lot of people don't. Like the mob, and a lot of states and everything, like, built on gambling, and that's why a lot of states now, where everybody coming along with the legalized gambling, but a lot of people just don't want the headaches that comes with gambling, because it's almost like, how do we control the money? Where does the money go? And again, when you're a guy who has the inside tips that these guys have in all the respective leagues, I mean, dude, you make it difficult for everybody. So that's where the feds come in, and that's why this is such an issue.
So, with saying all of that, like I said, I know Calvin Ridley, he tripping like, whew,
Yeah.
boy, I'm glad I ain't,
Yeah.
like that. I was just betting on, somebody else.
And he probably would have gotten to that eventually, because I mean, again, oh,
If he wouldn't have got caught so soon.
right, because once you get a taste, once you win big, or once you win, it's a rush. And when you talk about the competitive junkies that all of these guys are in the league,
Right.
I mean, think about it. They're sitting around like, dude, bro, I'm sitting on info that nobody have. Hey, empty out your savings account. Let's go put 200,000 on XYZ, and boom, you walk out of there, you break the bank. So I mean, it's
Let me ask you this. This kind of comical, but this is a real question. Do you think, as big as fantasy football is getting, you think at some point the players will not be allowed to play fantasy football on like public state? Like, okay, if we're playing amongst the team, cool, but just playing like,
oh, dude. Again, think about this. Think about this. It's a lot of guys who just hadn't got caught yet,
right,
who
right,
are feeding info to uncles, to partners, to
right,
the barber.
right.
I know two barbers right now who clean up because they're plugged into guys, and the guy like, I can't do it, but take this and run with it.
Right.
And they've been doing this for a while. So I
Oh yeah,
mean,
for a long time.
that's the sticky part of what we're talking about. So yeah, and that's why they try to crack down on these guys so hard, because it's like, dude, if we start this trend, and again, Goodell has done Adam Silver, they kind of getting into it now, but they're reminding guys, look, man, it's ways we can find out if y'all gambling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if your homeboy who show up to the game every Sunday, all of a sudden we know what he riding. I'll say he show up in the Maybach, this week. Time he bought it. Come on,
Yeah,
guys, like, come on,
something
man.
that.
We know some fishy stuff going on.
Right,
So
right,
yeah,
right.
I mean, we know it's happening. We know it's going on, but I mean, these guys just got to be well. Got to be well.
So moving on, Jason Tatum, man, he's in the process of finalizing a 5-year deal worth. I don't know if it's been done yet, but it's worth 314 million, I
It's
believe.
basically once he get back from wherever he is
It's
with the
done.
future
He just
baby
got
mama,
he got to
yeah, it's
sign. Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Yeah, he just got it's
So
done.
here's my thing. We'll get mad at the fact that, man, look, he didn't even win MVP. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. He always chokes when it's big time, when it's pressure. But considering of everybody else in the NBA, he definitely deserved this. You talking about a guy that's 29, 30 points a game, 9 rebounds, maybe 10 rebounds a game. Then you're even looking at the fact that he plays defense. You don't get that. You don't get that a lot. Very few from your top player, unless he's a center for the
Right,
most part. But
right.
you're talking about your best player. I
Yeah.
mean, Kawhi. Who Kawhi? If you want to put Kawhi in that
We're not putting
category,
him in that no more. We're not putting him in
oh,
that.
we're not putting him there. Okay, but Kawhi, with Ant, and Tatum right now, and Jalen. I mean, Jalen ain't scoring 29 a game, but I'm
Nah.
just saying your top echelon players.
Right.
Those are the two that you quickly think about, or you probably only think about. So I think it's deserving. My thing is, man, I feel Charles Barkley when he say this. Charles Barkley used to always say this. He said, "Look, man, if I was playing the NBA today, I'll be coming to the game in a spaceship." Basically saying, Jason plays hard every game, but some of these dudes don't deserve. I ain't gonna say don't deserve, but you looking at what they did yesteryear and all of that. But
No.
bro, when you get to a point where somebody getting 20 million and that's like third tier player, a 30 million is third tier, that's ridiculous, Mace.
But dog, this is where we are today, Ralph. The money. I think people forget this all the time. When Barkley, when Jordan, Isaiah, all those other eras, we only got one game a week. We got the NBC game of the week. A lot of stuff was tape delayed and all of
Right.
these type things. You had, like in Atlanta, if you didn't have a superstation, if you didn't have 17, you couldn't watch the Hawks games. Or if your parents didn't take you down to the Omni, who didn't have no replay screens in the building at all, which is terrible. But the times have changed. The money, TV, and the revenue have done so much for the game right now, and the money's so crazy that it's like, dog. I mean, we got to give it to somebody. we got to give it to somebody. And this is just the market, you know. And for Tatum, I mean, but you talk about perfect timing. I mean, all this comes right after he wins the chip. I mean, he's been to the mountaintop, and now for him to finally put his flag down, and like he said in the commercial, what else? I mean, what they gonna say now?
Right,
He's a champion. He's super marketable. You just talked about his skill set is crazy. Say what you want about him.
Yes.
Him and Brown. Everybody, oh, you got to break them up. But the brass in Boston felt like, you know what? Nah, let's stay the course. And now everybody's been rewarded. Dog, he deserved the money.
So I'm not gonna lie, man. I think I'm gonna go to Boston and try to get a. I don't know if they do this anymore. I know it's not a two-way, but I'm gonna try to get a 10-day contract. And this is why I say that, because they can't have any more money to pay anybody else. I play for the cool meal, dog. I pay for $800,000 right now, dog. They paying. Jaylen Brown was during the season. He was the highest paid player in the NBA.
Yeah.
Now is Tatum in less than a year, in some months. They just paid Derek White.
Yeah.
A handsome contract.
Yeah.
Who else they gonna pay? I play for the $800,000, dog. I sit on the bench here.
Think about this, Ralph. The NBA TV deal is about, you know, they're about to finish up the NBA TV deal. Right. Look at the money that the networks are paying for the rights. Like TNT, who has just been synonymous with the NBA forever, it seemed like during our lifetime.
Right.
They boxed out like, no, they couldn't come up with the money that all of these other companies, I mean, like, these companies were like laying in the cut. They were like, yeah, we're gonna outbid. What's the bid? Whatever, bid it. Because think about the ROI. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we paid whatever for these rights, but advertising, bruh, we gonna get it all back. So these salaries are just gonna continue to escalate. When we're gonna look back probably 3 to 4 years from now, and Tatum contract could just be like, man, ain't nothing to see here.
Yeah, it's
somebody gonna get 400, somebody gonna get 500.
This is the crazy part, though. If you really pay attention to it, think about this. Every time you start seeing these contracts like get higher and higher, bigger and bigger, the economy, you see the cost of bread in the stores go up higher. Groceries, you see, we paying too much in groceries right now, right? So this how you know. That's how you know where we are in the economy. When you start seeing these deals and it keeps going up, oh yeah, the prices, all these prices about to go up with gas, everything. It never fails, dog. Bro, it never fails.
Remember when you could go in the grocery store and spend $100 and a lot of stuff was in your buggy?
Right.
Yeah. Try that now.
7 things. I went to the store the other day. So I put 7 things. She was like, all right, it'd be 89. Yeah, dog. Bruh. And she was laughing. I'm just shaking my head. This is some BS right here, dog. It's some
I'm gonna tell you something that's even funnier. My cousin called me the other day, and he don't get out much. You know, he does so much stuff online, shop, he catch a deal, Now he called me. Now he was yelling on the phone. I was headed to the to College Park. He like, dude, what are you doing? I say, dog, I'm heading to work. I'm gonna go work the game. Dude, I can't believe this. I said, what's wrong? He said, dog, do you know how much fitted hats cost now? I say, no. He said, dude, they want $50 for fitted hats now.
What?
I'm like, what? He said, bruh, remember when fitted hats were $29.99 and $39.99? Dog, fitted hat. I'm like, bruh, I got so many hats. Like, I ain't bought a hat in like forever.
Right.
Bruh, I went to lids.com. Dog, regular fitted hats are $50 now.
They tripping. They tripping.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy.
So, to your point, everything going up, but
Yeah.
our damn pay.
Like I said, once you look at the NBA salaries, yeah, it's NFL, but NBA, when they keep going, you can tell, oh yeah, that's right. So anyway, last but not least, dog, before we really move on, did you watch Clip?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So it was the end.
This is the episode.
Right. So watching, because I think last time we talked about it, it was episode 3, I believe.
Yeah.
So from that episode to now, what are your thoughts now? It's over. What are your thoughts now?
Yeah.
On it.
So if that was truly the reaction of the guys, like them watching this interview and the way they were acting, and so let me go back to this real quick. I forgot about that heinous interview that he did.
Bro, I gotta go back and look at it.
Now I went back and looked at it.
I gotta go back and look at it.
And it was even worse. Because it was like, who in his camp thought that was a good idea to go do that with everything he was going through? Because everything had basically been all on the table. Now it's like it's all out now. The one thing he should have did was been quiet. Like, just shut up. You done embarrassed your family, your wife. Like, bruh. Yeah, we finna make sure. Yeah, I'm selling this. You gonna get whatever you gonna get, and bro, we out of here. Like, you have totally embarrassed our family. This is something that we've had forever, and because you can't, keep it in your pants for better for
right. Like a better words.
Yeah. Here we go, and dude, the interview was like,
I gotta go back and watch it because I'm like,
I was like, Donald Sterling's really tripping. Oh, Raph done cut out on us, dog. Yeah, if y'all hadn't watched Clip, go watch Clip. He must have got excited. He gonna chime himself back in a minute, good people. Definitely go watch Clip on Hulu. Here he come. There you go.
Hey, let me say this. I'll say this, dog. I was watching it. So when I watched it on when I was watching it, I was like, yo, this can't be, but I know it's real, but I'm like, did he really say that? And I'm trying to remember, like, hey, I gotta go back and watch that. But let me tell you something that stood out to me. First of all, the fact that his wife, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The fact that his wife she was how they made her. You could, at first it seemed like she was the good one, innocent one. But at the end, when they revealed, either the director didn't like her, or maybe this is true, when her friend was like, so basically, so she was like, I thought that you were the good one. I thought you were starting to see the light.
Yeah.
But you're the same. That was powerful to me.
Yeah.
But then the part when Doc was like, Doc was talking to Chris Paul, and then Chris Paul was just like, look, why don't you just let us stay mad? And I'm like, and like you said, this one, we could have made it more about, forget Sterling. This could have been about all the other owners that's like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, man.
But what made it all crazy, because, I mean, for, the wife, yeah, I mean, you had your points, but like basically was telling McCoy, like, y'all the same. Like, this both of y'all doing. Like, you right. Got a hand in this too. You know, your hand's not clean. Right. And they were still trying to find a way to be connected to the team, because like they tried to write something in. If the Clippers ever win a title, they get a ring, and they like, yeah, it was all crazy, man. Because it's like, we didn't get all of what, I don't remember like all of these details, but because I think once it happened, we all kind of like, yeah, we was like, in real time, like, it's the Clippers, like, yeah, right. And then for the most part, once Adam Silver was like, he has to sell the team and he's banned for the NBA, we was like, we good. I just left it alone. Like, I wasn't paying attention to it anymore.
Then when the old dude socked the old girl, I gotta look that up, see if she got some money for that. Like they just cut that off like that was it. Like, no, I need to find out what else happened with that. Can't be letting him punch her like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if we didn't like her or not. But overall, did you? I thought it was cool, man.
I mean, I enjoyed it because again, it was so much of it that I didn't truly like. Again, when it happened, while it was happening, I was just like, I mean, it's the Clippers. Like, he races and like,
Right.
okay, probably a lot of them races. It just he got caught up because his side piece was, you know, she was just messy, and she was like, bruh, I know I can destroy this dude.
Mm-hmm.
While you out here trying to, you know, whatever you trying to do to me, bro, I can rock your world. I mean, and that's what she ultimately did.
And then I think again we brought it up earlier when it first came on. The dope thing about this was the first time, and I understand all the old heads when they watch stuff about when Winning Time came out. They were alive with this when it happened, whatever. This was the first time we saw something like this where we were a part of this. We remember when it happened.
Right.
So, and like you said, it was little stuff that we didn't know about, like, hold on, what? But to relive it, so you know, I thought that was dope. Like, I was too young with New Edition, and back then you didn't know about all that stuff with New Edition. You knew about some of it, but it was a social media era. You know what I'm saying? Like, when this broke.
Yeah.
You know, so this was to me, I think a lot of TMZ stuff happened, but this probably was the biggest one since, because I know you had the one with what's the guy that made Passion of Christ?
Yeah.
God, I can't think of it. Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
I think he was the first big story that they did, and then something else. But this one was like, it was just like, wow, whatever. So but yeah, man. So shout out to that, man. So look, we're gonna take a quick break, but before we take a quick break, well, let's just take a quick break. Then we're gonna get into this. We'll be right back.
Hey, what up? What up? This is Chauncey Billups, and y'all listening to 3 Point Conversion. Peace.
Before the season, I asked Coach T about you, what she learned from you. I want to ask you now, especially with this moment, you're in an All-Star team. What has she meant to you?
She meant everything to me. I mean,
love you, kid.
I've had amazing coaches in my career, but this one is like special. She understands with me off the court. She understands me on the court. She believes in me. Shots that I take that she wants me to take, she believes in me that I may not believe in myself. So being able to come to the league and feel at home, being able to be here. I remember sitting on the computer and talking to her when I was going through the process of the draft process, and I was like, please, God, let me go to Chicago. Like, please, I don't care where I drop to, let me go to Chicago. Because when you know that feeling, when you know somebody loves you and believes in you, not just as a basketball player, but as a human being, it's special. And just coming from her, like, I'm away from home, my mom believes that I'm okay away from home. So it's family here, and I just feel I'm blessed to have Coach.
All right.
Dope.
That was Miss Angel Reese. I got the luxury of asking her that question about, Coach T. Coach Spoon she's so dope. She cool.
Man, Coach Spoon all out on the floor last night. Give her a take.
Right.
Give her a take.
Coach reminds me of Dion as far as it's more than just a game. I love that about her, man. That is dope.
The staff she has put together so funny. Before the game, I just pulled Ty to Coach Young to the side.
Yeah, shout out
to
Ty.
She was just telling me how like the bonding and the how they've made it so comfortable for Angel and for Cardoza to, especially, I mean, Cardoza family. I mean, they're in a whole nother country, but they've created such an environment, and we got to really see it up close and personal last night before the game. I mean, after the game, I don't even remember the arena still being
right
packed and like
That
security got agitated last night. Like, all right, y'all got to go, but it was just
everybody, yeah.
so many people. Like the security was like, all right, we ain't playing the game with y'all. We ain't playing no game with y'all tonight. Like we might let off some warning shots here tonight because these people don't want to go. It's Tuesday.
Yeah, and everybody
we trying to get out of here. It's Tuesday.
And what was dope was Coach Spoon, Angel, they was all grabbing people, come up, hey, talking and all of that. And like we got a chance to kick it with them, chat with them, laughing and all. It was cool, man. Cool environment. But I want to ask you before we get into all of that, let's talk about the Leonard Dream for a second. What do you think we learned, or what have you seen from the Dream this last 3 games? So I can tell you now what has changed since, was it when they played Caitlin? It's like that blowout. After that, when they went on the road, you started to see. Remember that we had that famous press conference where
TC, OG, TC.
Yeah, OG and Glaze. Shout out to Manuel Glaze, part of Crush. Glaze asked a question and she answered it, and it seemed like she was snapping back, but she wasn't. And I mean, it was like we were having a real moment. It was like the team and media. We were having a moment. Like, yo,
we had a come to Jesus moment.
Right. What's going to happen? But after that, I think it was a game after that. I know when they played Connecticut, they beat Connecticut in Connecticut, which was crazy. Yeah. Then they had a 15-point lead.
Should have beat
New York. Should have beat New York and stayed with them the whole game.
Yeah.
And they lost this game against Chicago at home.
No.
But one of the things that we've been criticizing them for is the third quarter collapse. And they didn't do that.
They didn't do that. Well, you know why they didn't do it? And back to your original point about the changes in this team, Jordan Canada is now healthy. Her game legs are up under her. It's such a difference in the team and her being the floor general versus Haley. I mean, listen, we love Haley, but Haley is just not the point guard for this team.
Right.
You could just see it last night, how we always in flow. Jordan on both ends of the floor, and Jordan gonna get in you if the play or whatever is not being executed right. She is a true floor general, and again, everything moves. Everything moves with her being inserted at that point guard spot. It allows Haley. I mean, Haley scored 6-8 points last night. She's actually scoring now because I think now the pressure is off her because we were asking her to, I think, do too much. And now Coach T, because Coach T was a former point guard, now she has somebody on the floor that she can relay the info to. And now it doesn't have to be Tina Charles. Because, I mean, Tina got a lot to do. Your point guard has to be the extension of the coach.
Of the coach.
Got to be the extension of the coach. But that, to me, that's been the biggest difference is that, man, JC back, and JC is giving us a firm, solid foundation. It allows Alicia to do what she does naturally. It allows Haley to do what she does naturally.
It's starting to put everybody in their right position.
Right, where they belong.
Like you said, do what they do naturally. Like it makes sense now. So that's good. And then when Ryan come back, AP come back, I'm interested to see
Ryan. Don't come back, Ryan.
Hey, what up, Rashad? Hey, but look, shout out to your GOAT, Alicia Gray, man, for making
shout out to Alicia Gray.
That is dope. And we saw the All-Star team, like we just mentioned, with the All-Star team with Angel, that clip. So the All-Star team, you got DeWanna Bonner, right? Aaliyah Boston.
Baller.
I'm like, yeah, I was Caitlin Clark. I was kind of shocked Aaliyah made it, but Caitlin Clark, Alicia Gray, yep. Erica Hambry, she's balling.
Balling.
Who was this? Brianna Jones, Brianna Jones. Jonquel Jones, of course. Kayla McBride. Yeah, she's been balling. She's been hitting threes like she's
Boy, she going
Clay,
crazy.
old
Going
Clay.
crazy.
Kelsey Mitchell. I love her game. But I got to say
Kelsey
something.
get buckets.
Yeah.
Bucket getter.
My girl, Rike.
Abubakar.
Yeah. Aneka Agumake. And then Angel Reese.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with that. With that, I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't think they got it wrong. I'm trying to think. I'm a little shocked, but I'm wondering why. I am a little shocked. So, 3 Indiana Fever players, I don't think should have made it.
Oh hell no! Because you can take 2 of them out. Dejanay Carrington should have made this All-Star team.
Dejanay, I think
without a doubt.
I think what's her name? She plays for Seattle now. Pretty
Skylar.
Skylar should have made it.
Skylar could have easily made this team.
Yeah, Skylar could have made it.
Easily made this team.
So, but that was
what
fan
are we
voting.
doing?
That was the fan voting. Matter of fact, do you know that Asia, right, Will? Do you know that Asia finished 3rd in voting behind Alicia Boston?
But
Alicia Boston was before her.
But it's because Indiana on freaking TV every night.
Exactly. Yep.
They on TV every night.
I saw the casual fans know. They probably know their 8th player off the 4th player off the bench better than they know who they know Kelsey Plum. They probably know Kelsey Plum.
No, I get in last night from the game. As soon as I cut TV on, Caitlin Clark jacking up 3s. I'm like, they
Bruh. Yeah, man. You're right. So answer me this. Are you surprised? And hear what I'm saying with this. Are you surprised that you have what we see from Caitlin and Angel so far? And what I mean by that is everything that we see. Yep. But every facts, right. Everything that we see as far as from Caitlin not shooting as well. She's sort of struggling from the field. She's starting to pick her game up now as far as with the assist and everything else, but her not shooting as well. So, I mean, it's only been what they play, 15, 16 games, something like that?
Something like that.
Still, with Angel leading the league in rebounding and double-doubles, I had to think about it. Did we see this? Now, I'll be honest. I thought Caitlin was going to come in. I knew she would struggle like the first 7 games, but I thought Caitlin probably, because I know this is going to be in her face, but I'm like, she's probably going to average 20 and 6, 20 and 7, 21, shoot a better percentage, She hadn't. And it's taking her time, which is kind of shocking. No offense to anyone, to any coaches, but I wonder if she has the right coach for her. Because at this point, if they're crowding you like that when you coming up the floor, now you got to find a way. She don't have to bring the ball up just because she's your point guard. She don't have to bring the ball up.
Right.
Now she can come and get the ball at some point, but that way you will free her up. But I definitely didn't see Angel being number 1 in rebounding in the league. I saw Angel being top 5.
Yeah.
But I didn't see, bro, she had 19 rebounds.
Yeah. But in fairness to Angel, now I thought her game was going to transition better to the W because she's not scared to play physical.
Right.
And
agreed.
Watching her live last night, she does all of the dirty work. She's not afraid of the dirty work. Like, she understands like her role. Like, because remember, like early in the game, she took them outside shots, and we were like, yeah, give her that all day. But once she got that out of her system, and she just was like, let me get on this block, let me get in this paint, and let me just do work. She's not scared of contact.
Setting
and
screens.
she's going, but she just understand that dirty work. For Caitlin, and she did it the Atlanta game. She has to do a better job. She has to understand, okay, this jump shot just not gonna fall every night.
Right.
She has to go to the basket more. I think
Right.
because again, she did it in Atlanta. When she dribbled, because I mean, she can get to where she wants to go on the floor, but when she drives and penetrate, and then she makes those little extra passes, that's when she's much better. Like I think she thinks that I got to hit one of these deep threes to get me going, and that's so not the case. Like drive, assist, layup, or midi, as everybody like to talk about mid range. Everything. She shot one
Right.
so deep yesterday. I was like, and they put the camera on Coach immediately. Coach looking like, didn't I tell her about that?
Right.
Like,
I
stop doing that.
I think that's the thing. That's the difference between, like I said, maybe she'll learn in game 3. I mean, season 2 and 3, especially by after her 3rd season, where you don't have to, because you have this talent, you don't always have to shoot like that. Like it's like you said, there's other ways to get your shot, because
Right.
it'll open that up if you drive and you work on you drive and you pull up for a 15, 17 footer.
Yeah.
You know, or you play off the ball and you get off a pick and roll or something, or you cut to the lane, you get a layup. But you can or use your passing to set that up, because now it's pick your poison. That's what makes Steph so great. Steph can shoot from anywhere, but Steph would drive, and now he's getting that mid range or that floater or that, So right, and to me, I feel like both have learned. They're learning on the fly of how to play, but I feel like Angel is taking and because of coaching also, Angel is understanding more now. Okay, this is what I got to do. This is what happens. Now, to me, what I hate, and it is what it is, and you could blame the fans for this. Caitlin came back I think they asked her about, does anyone, as far as advice, what advice have you gotten? She was like, I don't get any advice on the game. Meanwhile, the bigs, and maybe that's on the guard, but the bigs are telling Angel, yo, take your time. You need to do this. People reaching out. And the funny thing is, when we covered that Indiana game, this is the beauty of being media and learning. And I thank God for this. Man, as stone faced as Caitlin is, the hard killer she is, when I tell you she was so cool, so funny,
super personable, dog.
Personable. It was like, what?
Personable. But this was funny, and her and Kelsey Plum had a moment last night. Her and DT had a moment the other night.
Right.
Everybody else is making a big fuss about like what they think she's supposed to be, when she just like, listen, y'all, I'm a rook. I'm learning. Mm-hmm. So I think because it's so many narratives being created about her that aren't true. Because again, people aren't like, man, these folks who on TV talking about the game, they ain't been to the game. They're not in the arena. They're not in the atmosphere. They're not up close and personal to kind of see what's going on. And I think that, I mean, again, they just, you can't just look at it on TV and say, oh, and then you just you form your opinion or your assessment because you're watching it. Like, you got to see pregame, you got to see warm up, you got to see how they interact. It's just stuff TV don't show you. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a big part of it as well.
That's a big part of it. Yeah. So like I said, the league is in great hands, man. I can't wait. So we're excited about that, bro. Let's take one more quick break. I got country then one more. Listen, we're gonna take one more quick break.
One more again.
One more again. We'll be right back.
It's Kalen DeLoach, linebacker.
This is Tyler Van Dyke. I play quarterback for the University of Miami.
What's going on? This is Shador Sanders. You're here listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
I want to ask you about the 2,000-yard season and just how special it was. I mean, backs, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
At what point of the season, because one of the things that didn't happen in that season, you stayed healthy pretty much the entire season.
Yeah.
Just how was it feeling knowing that, man, I really come out here and run 200 really every day? The way you were running.
Right. It was crazy, man. It was just like, that was a goal of mine before the season. I had set that goal, and then like to actually start to do it, and then like look up like halfway through the season, like, dang, I really got a opportunity to do this. I really got a chance, and then starting to see how the defense is starting to play us differently now, like 8, 9.
Yeah, we loading it up.
We loading it up. Like, it was crazy. But like.
The crazy part of it was not just the 2,000 yards, but, man, screen passes.
Yeah.
It was like every time he caught it was, all right. Yeah. Especially that snow game, man. How cool was that, though?
That was cool. Like, we got our ass kicked, but it was cool. Like, I still had like 140 yards, but it was cool. It was cool or whatever. But, like, yeah, a lot of people, they talk about the 2,000 yards a lot, and I think that makes them kind of forget about me having 2,500 yards. Like, nobody's ever done that in history.
Nobody.
And I guess because once we say 2K, it's just like, okay, I hit it. Not understanding that, dude, look at the totality of it. Like,
right.
We may not never see that again.
Right.
We might not see it, especially the way offenses are now.
Right.
And I know, I don't know if you in the fantasy, but I know then it was like, oh, that's a must to have.
Right. Dude, you want me like 2 chips. I appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah.
But they told me you was coming. I say, I got to get that man a hug. he made life easy.
Where my kid at, man? I know you want some money. Right. I know you want some money.
Yeah.
Hey, man, where's his cut at?
He was wearing it on his wrist and around his neck.
Hey, I want to transition to NBA though, man. So first off, we saw that Bronny. We try not to spend too long about this, but Bronny and LeBron, like I said, they both signed their contracts, so it's official now. Hey, boy, they gave Bronny I guess that was a discount. Look, if we gonna pick you, then you just gonna have to your father making money. They get that joker 4 years for 200,000. No, my bad, 9.7 million.
Hey,
Bronny
made $6 million last year at USC. Everybody,
I know, right? So he good.
Yeah, he fine. He had NIL money in high school. Everybody relax. He's okay.
Right, but my question is, my question is, like, when you heard it, of course we've heard all the hoopla, people upset, people happy. Just real quick, man, what did you think? I want to know what you thought.
No, I wasn't shocked. I mean, I knew somehow he was gonna be a Laker, whether it was gonna be free agency, whatever. But once we got word that, Rich basically told everybody, look, if you draft Bronny, he's gonna go to Australia and play for a year. Don't do it. Again, they were using their leverage. They told us this 4 years ago, that the goal was for Bron and Bronny to play on the same team. They put that in the atmosphere. When hasn't LeBron said something and it pretty much didn't come to fruition?
Right.
So again, I'm always shocked when people are shocked about stuff that's really the obvious. So, I mean, I didn't waste too much time with it. Everybody tagging me, man, heard that? I'm like, bruh, again, y'all ain't never had a partner or somebody hook you up, get you a job. Because it's always, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. That's life.
That's life.
So again, I was shocked that it was so much outrage. I'm like, dog, they've been prepping y'all with this for 4 years since the McDonald's All-American game. That's when they first said it.
Yep.
Dog,
Yep.
I'm not gonna retire till Bronny gets in the NBA. We're gonna play together. So I mean, come on, y'all. Y'all just weren't paying attention.
And the thing is, some people was like, I just don't think he deserved it. He deserved it. Look, again, we tell the truth and shame the devil on the show. So you mean to tell me that little homie in Milwaukee, y'all ain't said nothing about this Joker, and he can't play.
Giannis and his brothers.
That warm up. Remember they came to Atlanta. That was so pitiful to watch. It was so embarrassing. I was embarrassed watching him.
Now you talk about stealing.
Oh my God, this Joker. Oh my God, Bronny can play. Bronny actually can play, but y'all hadn't said anything about this Joker.
It's always selective outrage, homeboy. It's always selective outrage.
That's what I'm saying. But like you said, man, everybody done this, man. You got somebody that's probably more qualified to take a job, but if somebody put in a word for you, they're gonna pick
every day.
I can still do the job. That person might be better, but because I know we're gonna let him, that's it, and we're gonna teach him.
Happens every day, B. Happens every day, B.
This is what I gotta say. And look, and Mace, you know how you hit me with the mugs. I'm gonna take. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but I'm gonna say this: if Rich Paul, if I was the Hawks or any team, Rich Paul was like, "Look, he's gonna go to Australia. We cool. We're gonna sign this Joker to a deal, and if y'all want him, y'all gotta make this trade. That's it.
See him when he get back. We'll see when he get back.
We'll see when he get back. And if y'all want him, we can make this trade. That's it.
He ain't going no damn. Do y'all know what Australia is? He ain't going to Australia.
Right, Mace. So look, and my point is, and if y'all serious about this, LeBron gonna have to play another 4 years before y'all get to see him. So what's up? What's up? We can make this trade. What's up? Nah, come on, man. Y'all acting scared. What? Oh, I wish I was a GM when he said that. Nah, player. What we gonna do is
turn that card in. Turn that card. We double dog down.
Right, and we about to get this trade. Right,
as you say, Muggs ain't going to Australia, man. Do y'all know Australia is, man? He don't know nothing about no kangaroos, man.
But Savannah ain't going because they ain't about to send him by himself. Come on, we about to make this trade, or if not, Bronny got to play LeBron got to play 4 more years, dog, before he get to see Bronny. That's it. Like, come on, man. What? Anyway, moving on, man. You know what? Real quick, I know I want to do this. Let me just play this. This is what I wanted to play real quick, man. Because you remember this. You remember this? Remember this episode? Matter of fact, I'll play it afterwards. No, I'm gonna play it now. Remember this is gonna lead us to what we was talking about.
Are you glad that DeJounte didn't get traded?
I'm so glad. I was ready to tweet. I had my tweet already wrote.
You finna find out.
Because that's my boy. Not only is that one of my favorite, that's my friend.
Right.
I know his family.
Okay.
We jet ski together in the summer. That's my boy.
Yeah. Dude.
I had my tweet ready.
You finna.
I was probably going to be banned for a couple games.
They weren't going to ban you. They weren't going to ban you.
No.
They're probably going to comp you something. They're like,
yeah.
I know that's your boy. He gone.
I don't know what we missing, bro, but let me tell you this. Every night, it seemed like the teams are taller than us, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Every night, it seemed like we the JV and they the varsity.
Yeah. You
we
ain't lying.
need some towels or something, bro. If you look at the floor, every night, everybody taller than us, bro.
You ain't lying.
These are facts.
You ain't lying.
We
always say that. That's what we saying.
I be like, man, bro, we got talent, bro. We need some 2 7-footers.
And no disrespect to the Hawks, my guys, but the shortest player can't be the toughest player, ready to get in somebody's face and ready to fight.
Trey can't be that guy.
Right. And the shortest player since Isaiah Thomas ain't never really won a championship.
Right.
Who to start? Let's be honest.
That's crazy.
Bruh, so
GM Boosie, he the first person I thought about when the
that trade was out, you're right.
Boosie ain't never coming back.
He ain't coming back because he said it. That was during the trade deadline in February. So DeJounte gets traded. Man, Mace, you know what? I ain't gonna lie, bruh. I knew it was either gonna be him or it was gonna be no trade because they weren't trading Trey.
No, Trey. What people don't understand, Trey is ingrained upstairs.
Yep, they're not trading him.
They not trading Trey.
And right now, they're saying, "Hey, we'd rather get this revenue than worry about winning for a championship right now." Because the Hawks had Dominique and they weren't selling out like that. So, yeah, when the Hawks won 60-something games, they didn't sell out to maybe like the last 7 games of the season.
Yeah.
So, they're selling out when the Detroit Pistons are coming to town. The Detroit Pistons, and they're selling out. So, yeah, they're not trading Trey. But what do you think? Do you think even what they got back, do you think it was definitely worth it? Because, of course, you know, the Hawks wanted to get Ingram, but New Orleans like, nah. Yeah. They played the hardball, like I said. Nah, y'all just going to be suffering or with no picks next year, or y'all going to – what y'all going to do? So they made the trade. So, like, do you like the stance of where Atlanta is? Like, do you think it was good that they did trade him?
So I mean, it almost had to happen.
It did,
because it's clear that they don't vibe. They don't mesh. And I remember they did Trey's little podcast. I'm like, okay, we're there every day. They don't warm up at the same time. When DeJounte try to get off the floor before Trey come. Trey walk around the long way. It's like you can tell they avoid each other. So for whatever, and we saw the frustration in the playoffs when Trey came back. Even though the house with it 500 basically while Trey was out.
Yeah, he was just coming back. Right, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, he was just coming back. But the game in Chicago where Trey took a shot, DeJounte was looking like, man, this MF'll. Like, bro, what are you doing? And I think at that point, I kind of feel like DeJounte, like, listen, get me out of here. Y'all not trade. DeJounte knew he wasn't going, that Trey wasn't going anywhere. So he was like, listen, I'm the odd man out. Dude, I'm straight. Let me go. And, I mean, did we get fair compensation back? I don't think so. Because I said this all season. DeJounte is our best player. He's our most complete player.
Right.
He plays both ends of the floor. It's just what he brought, the stability he brought to the offense. I know everybody can lie, but he trade a star. I mean, that's debatable. But we're stuck with Trey. So, I mean, for everybody who like Trey going to LA or Trey, listen, this organization ride with Trey. And that's why Trey is here and he's going to be here. So, y'all just get used to Trey throwing up them A's, ATL. That's what Trey going to be doing.
And you know what? I think it also has to do with coaching. And not saying that Snyder's doing a bad job, but what I'm saying is Snyder came in. If you look at the way Snyder's team has been constructed, especially when he was in Utah, it totally different from this team. So I don't know if he's a fan of, I can't say that, but he never had 2 superstars or 2 players of that caliber. You had AK-47, and then you had Rudy, and then you had certain guys. You had Millsap at the time, and but everything was made sense. It was like a puzzle. Whereas with DeJounte and Trey, you top heavy, then that's not how Snyder does. That's not what he's accustomed to. So I didn't think it would work with Snyder anyway, because That's just I think maybe if you had a different type of coach, it could have worked. You know, because you see it working now. Because which leads us to what we're about to talk about now. You look at Paul George, and I won't say if I think that's a great pick up or not, but you look at Paul George, which honestly, in a way, it kind of makes sense. But when you looked at Paul George and Kawhi and Harden, that if you really look at it, it doesn't match. They don't play well.
No.
But I mean, play well together, or I shouldn't say they don't play well together. You would think it wouldn't work. It doesn't. It's not like a complete team. But that's how it is in today's game. Today's game, they're mixed match. It's not like, all right, we got Chris Paul, we got a Blake, and we got this guy. Or we got, like, look at Boston. That made perfect sense with Rondo. Rondo wasn't the star, but you had a point guard in Rondo. You had Paul Pierce, Ray Allen playing the 3, and you had Kevin Garnett. And what they do, they match their games. Paul Pierce, you're going to be the guy that shoot all the time. Ray, you the second option. Garnett was, look, I'm going to play defense. I'll score when I need to, but I'm going to play defense. And, and then you got...
Everybody understood their role.
Right. Whereas now, even with Brown and Tatum, look how that's going. That doesn't match. It doesn't... I mean, it's... Okay, you scored, now I score. But they won a chip. The same thing with Dallas. It doesn't match with Luka, and then you have Kyrie, but they got to the finals. But that's today's basketball. So going back to DeJounte and Trey, that's why I say if they had a different coach, who knows? Maybe it could have worked. You know what I'm saying? But they just didn't have the right coach. But with saying all that, you tell me what's the best acquisition or signing we've seen so far, you think?
Dude, you're gonna laugh at this, but y'all remember when I said I said this.
I think I know where you're going. Go ahead.
KCP.
Oh,
Caldwell Pope going down to Disney World to combine with Banchero. Now, I'm not saying that they gonna win anything, but that move, you bring in Caldwell Pope and his pedigree to that young squad to help round out that squad. I think his voice, he's been around, he's played with different guys, he's been in different systems. I think they brought him in to teach these guys, the younger guys, hey, this what it means to be an NBA player. This what it means if y'all want to go to this level. It has to be this type of effort, because Caldwell Pope is a guy who is maximizing every ounce of his talent. He's not even when he was at Georgia, he was just a guy. He just like a rock solid guy, not no star, but you're not gonna outwork him,
right?
And I think that's like a low key. Like I say, I'm not saying Orlando gonna be first in the East and all this thing, but I think we're gonna start seeing that team, especially Banchero. I mean, he's close. He's starting to turn that corner, and I think that signing right there was one of those things where, like, okay, let's get a pros pro in here and really show these guys how to become. Because the one thing, and people talk about this all the time, the one thing that the NBA is missing, and I think when Vince Carter left the Hawks, not enough OGs. Not enough OGs on these teams to kind of really teach these guys how to be true NBA guys. I mean, this everybody young.
Yeah,
a lot of these squads, 3, 4, 5 year guys. I mean, you got like SGA is like the guy, but he need an OG. Guys need OGs.
So
I can't stress that.
It's funny you say that, because believe it or not, my signing that I love the most, that makes sense, and it's probably going to, one of those signings is going to keep going and going and going, was CP3 going to San Antonio.
Yeah.
Man, if
an OG,
you get an OG, you get a point guard. At this juncture of his career, he's a perfect fit with Pop. Perfect fit with Pop. Because now Pop has somebody, because they didn't have a point guard. Now you have a point. You playing the Dennis Rodman looking at small forward and playing a point. He's not even can't even handle the rock. But now you got someone who's going to set up the play, as we talked about with Jordan, Canada, as far as how she's able to get make everybody play their natural position and their talent happens naturally. That's going to happen in San Antonio, especially with the big fella. But now you look at with my guy George, small forward. I just think they have a lot. They have a lot of young talent there. But what now you put in this piece, it's going to help them grow and they're going to get better. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. Who knows? They might, because your boy is a beast. I'm a believer. Wemby, I'm a believer. Yeah. But you just have somebody now that could run this offense, get everybody involved, let them play their natural positions and the score naturally, and a coach on the floor as well as you got Pop, which is going to help Pop now. I love that, bro. I love it. Now, I won't lie, though. The other one, I'm going back and forth. I mean, I think Paul George. I think Paul George
was terrible. I think that was a terrible sign.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't think so. As far as him winning, yeah, they don't. And you got somebody else getting hurt, right? I get it, but because his game, I think he will slow down. You want Maxey to go fast, but sometimes Maxey be going too fast. Like you kind of want to grab him by the back of the jersey, like, hold on, bro, like slow down. I think Paul George will slow the game down, and it might help to get Embiid more involved and to play your game or what have you. But the other side, though, I think I'm not gonna lie, man. I like that Clay going to Dallas. I think they needed another shooter, or not another. They needed a shooter. I mean, you got Hardaway Jr., but you needed a shooter.
Yeah.
And and it's a veteran, and it's somebody that knows how to play the game and will benefit. I mean, the way they played in Golden State, with everybody moving around, he was gonna get shot because you had Steph. But now you're playing with two more players that's able to get their shot, but it's gonna cause a lot of attention, and you'll get shots as well. And like I said, this is, him being a veteran on that team, I think that's what they need the most. Like, besides Kyrie, you bring in another veteran who's won a championship.
Yeah.
Also, so you got two veterans on that team. He might not be as vocal, but still, by the time you get that age, you start to be more vocal or whatever.
Yeah. I just worry about Clay health, dog. I just worry about Clay health. But I mean, if
but he don't have to be what he wasn't. I think that was the problem in Golden State. They try to push him to be the second best scorer again. You don't have to be that in Dallas.
He's not there. He
don't have to be
not
that
no more. Yeah, he definitely not that.
And I think it fits. Even if you score 14 a game, but his timely shots.
Right.
Right. Now when they double Luka, he's open.
Right.
A shooter like that, it's gonna be hard to leave open. You don't want to leave open. It's gonna open up the whole court.
If Luka does what if he does what he's supposed to do, I mean, Clay gonna get so many wide open looks, like say, man, standing in the corner, just spot up somewhere. Yeah. I mean, like I say, if Clay understands his role, and I think he does, I like that he told Steph, look, don't be using your influence to get them to keep me, dude. I'm good with moving on. So, yeah, man. I mean, that could be one of those good ones, dog. That could be one of those good ones.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. Hey, I want to transition, man, to NFL. So we talk about Clay, and we probably want to see him get back to where he was, but someone who's still young, and Deshaun Watson. Do you ever think we would get back we would ever see him get back to stardom before the allegations and everything he dealt with in Houston. Do you think he would ever get back? And the funny thing, let's say this, even though we didn't see that type of play, and he was hurt most of the time, but Browns was 6-1 when he started.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part people don't pay attention to.
Yeah.
They were 6-1, and he wasn't the Deshaun Watson we know, and that we thought because he was on social media, as you pointed out. But
balling. You see his social media this week?
No, I didn't see it. What happened?
Just take a look at his vacation photos.
Okay, I'm gonna see.
Just oh my god,
I'm gonna see because we know if he's doing it.
He big boy stunned, so I think he's poised for a big season now.
Right.
Think he's poised for a big season. But listen, I really want Deshaun to get back to that elite play. We know he has the tools, the talent, no doubt about it. I think you being a Chicago Bears fan, I think you're still sitting there like, how the hell did we take Mitch Trubisky over Deshaun Watson? I think that's something that no Chicago fan will ever get over. I mean, it's no way possible. Like, what did y'all see in Mitchell? But that's neither here nor there.
Or by bad memories.
Yeah. The Browns really need Deshaun to get back to form because his contract and his salary cap hit is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And they need Deshaun to live up to that deal. Now, the good news for Deshaun, he has an outstanding defense. Mm-hmm. I just think Deshaun needs to get back to having fun on the field. You can tell it's been a lot of pressure on him. He kind of can feel that pressure. He's a happy-go-lucky guy, always smiling. You don't see that as much from him today. And, maybe his off-the-field trials and tribulations, I mean, I think that they might have brought along some of it too because he like, man, I was the guy and, y'all say I was getting massages and now y'all don't love me no more. And I think that affected Deshaun because he's always been the guy that everybody liked. So I want to see Deshaun come back because when he signed with the Browns, 3 years ago, I went and got me a Browns jersey because I was like, a reason to get a Browns jersey. Right. Because I think their uniforms are super dope.
I was just about to say that jersey's still hard. That jersey's hard.
The Browns uniforms are super dope. They go brown jersey with the orange pants, super dope. I don't care what nobody say. But yeah, man, for everybody's sake, yeah, they need Deshaun to be Deshaun. Because if not, boy, the Haslams, they're gonna be sitting around there like, because the Haslam, Jimmy signed off on this. Because remember, Deshaun was coming to Atlanta and they say, you know what, bump it, give him the 250 guarantee. Give it to him.
Yeah, I wonder if it's more about play or about them winning at this point too, because like I said, they were 6-1 last year with everything that's going on.
Oh, y'all excuse my music right there. My children here playing.
Oh,
y'all excuse my children, y'all.
But
cut that off.
I just wonder. I wonder if they get to the point where they wonder if there's like, all right, would we rather have him? Because if let's say if he stole for over 4,800 yards, 4,600 yards, 33 TDs, and they finished 10-7. Would they be upset, or would they be like, all right, we good if he throw for 3,800 yards, 26 TDs, but they're 13-4.
Yeah,
and you get to the championship game.
They'll take that. Nah, they'll take that.
But the thing is, two things. First of all, like I said, the injuries. He had injuries. He dealt with them all the time. He wasn't fully healthy. But it's connected to that. Bro, you're not playing the AFC South anymore, dog.
Yeah.
Can't be throwing them open wide chest throws. You know how he be leaving his chest open and getting, bro. You can't do that in this division. It's not the division to do that, bro.
No, it's not.
None of them teams, even the Bengals, you don't want to do that. None of those teams.
Everybody got people coming off them edges, dog. Yeah, they coming off. They coming
And
off the
hits.
edges.
This is the real division where they.
But you said something though, because the bottom line are wins, and I know we get caught up in the fantasy. Oh my God, he didn't throw for $5,000.
Right.
You know how many guys throw for $5,000? They teams are like, you know what I'm saying, 5 and 12. So I think, and listen, Joe Flacco, if nothing else, Joe Flacco in that offense showed Deshaun last year. Hey man, all you gotta do is be efficient. Do not turn this ball over and understand, dog. You got a dog defense. I ain't gonna put us in danger because Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward and all the guys on that defense, dog. Hey, if we win 17-10, that's fine.
Good.
Because come week 14, ain't nobody gonna remember how we won the game. They know we stacking W's.
Right.
That's all that matter. But we live in a fantasy league world, and if he don't throw for 40 touchdowns, like you say, 4,800 yards, oh my God, it's a terrible season. No, if Deshaun is playing in an AFC championship game, that means he was very efficient the entire season, and he didn't put his team in danger. And
again,
Kevin Stefanski and the people in Cleveland, they can live with that.
And again, he was 6-1 last year.
Yeah,
which speaks to, and he didn't play as well as we thought, and it speaks to, as you stated, the defense running the ball. This was after Chubb was hurt, but
dude, they didn't miss a beat. They didn't miss a beat.
And again, now your tight end woke up. So I've always thought Njoku was a good tight end. It's like, man, he just got to get the ball.
Beast.
You know, he. I mean, I didn't want to put him on our airport team because I know he could play, but you know, our airport, this joker.
you do let him get out the plane first, though. You
you gotta let him get out the plane first. Right. But you know, I wasn't trying to put him on our airport team, but you got a beast. You got the best route runner possibly in the game. You just got you have weapons and you got a defense. You got all your running backs are good. So
just brought Judy in to go with Cooper.
Yep. So to me, with Judy, I felt like he fits perfectly with a Deshaun Watson, especially a Deshaun of old, But let's do this though. Randy Moss is clearly a fan favorite, especially in the younger generation. But I don't think this debate right here gets enough attention. Mace, you wide receiver at university, dog. This is what you played. This is what you know. Mace, who is the better wide receiver? Is it Randy Moss or is it T.O.?
So let me go on and get this out the way. Because I was on a panel about 3 years ago. And it was just, oh my God. I always say this about Randy Moss. Randy Moss is the greatest deep threat receiver to ever play the game.
Mm.
But if I have to pick between T.O. and Randy Moss, I'm taking T.O. every day of the week. And I'm taking T.O. because T.O., the physicality that he brought to the game, Randy didn't bring that to the game. He just didn't. Complete route tree. T.O. runs the complete route tree. Please go show me where Randy Moss running curls, running dig routes consistently. Now, yeah, he runs them sometimes, but why I got Randy Moss running curls when he take 4 steps and throw his hand up and he gonna outrun and out jump everybody.
Right.
It makes no sense.
Right.
T.O. is just a more complete receiver from top to bottom. I'm taking T.O. and I ain't thinking twice about it. But again, if I'm just dropping back and slanging that thing upstairs, of course I'm throwing it to Randy Moss. But let's not get it twisted. T.O. caught the deep ball too.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Just go look at the numbers. And anytime a guy can come back from a broken leg in 6 weeks and put on the performance he put on in the Super Bowl, because he definitely would have won if Donovan McNabb had found a way not to get sick. T.O. was working. T.O. was getting busy. And I always say this about Randy, that phenomenal season, that the 17-0 season, 18-1 season, when they needed Randy most in the Super Bowl, didn't deliver. And everybody, they didn't double cover Randy.
Let me ask you this though. You're right, but do you think that's because your boy was getting no time because they was hitting Randy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but I agree with that. Here's the thing with Moss. We saw Moss get the he got better. Of course, we saw him the deep balls and the spectacular catches. But when he got with the Raiders, I thought he stepped up a little. I'm like, okay, Moss can really play. But with New England, he ran more routes. It wasn't just a deep ball anymore. He ran more routes.
Yeah. Now, you brought up the Raiders. I will never forgive Randy for his Raider years.
I don't know why he.
And when a guy, listen, as a player, as a coach, whenever I hear a guy say, I play when I want to play, dude, I can never rock with you.
No.
I don't care how much talent you got.
No.
I can't rock with you when you say stuff like that. Like,
and see,
dude, that cooked my grits, Ralph. That cooked my grits.
You got someone who played on who came back from a broken leg and bought out. Then you hear that from Randy. You're right. I feel you. Here's the other thing though that I think that we don't talk about a lot. Let's keep it real. Maybe I don't even think so. T.O., the only time you say T.O. had played with talent, he couldn't play with T.O., and that was Chad Johnson. That 1 year. And Chad didn't look the same. He wasn't balling. I don't know what was going on with Chad.
Chad was on the other side at that time. But
think about it. Through T.O.'s whole career, when did T.O. play with talent? Now people say, "Oh, forget about Jerry Rice in '98." So '97 was T.O.'s breakout year.
Jerry was old.
Because '97 Jerry was hurt. Remember, that's when he tore his ACL. That's when T.O.
Jerry was old.
In '98, Jerry wasn't the same.
Yeah. Think about this. On Jerry Rice Day, how many catches T.O. had on Jerry Rice Day? About 20 of them things.
Right.
On Jerry Rice Day.
Right. So, and that's my point. But T.O. still bought out. Whereas you can say, well, he should because he's the only wide receiver. No, not necessarily, because you know why? It opened up for Randy Moss when you got the guy who had the most catches in NFL history at that time in the season with Wes Welker. Still had Dante Starworth, who was nice. So when he was in Minnesota, who he played with?
Chris Carter.
And Chris Carter was still
all he did was catch touchdowns.
Right. So, he play, and I'm not taking nothing away from Randy. What I'm saying is T.O. never had the luxury of playing with talent like that to where, all right, our whole focus is stopping T.O. versus with Minnesota. Yeah, it will stop Randy, but we still got to worry about Chris Carter. We still got to worry about Wes Welker. So I'm with you, man. I've been arguing this. I think Moss is a great receiver, but in a big game, I'm taking T.O.
Yeah.
In a regular game, I'm taking T.O.
But
I would take. This is me, dog. I would take 9 catches for $145 and 2 touchdowns over 4 catches for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns, whatever you want. 3 touchdowns. You know why? Because I mean, yes, you got an extra touchdown, but my other team can score touchdowns. Cool. My only thing is, if I got a receiver that's moving the chains, that's what you want versus a one-trick pony.
Dude. And again, just go look at their numbers. Look at the yardage. And it tells you that's the story. Because I think in touchdown, they're only about 3 touchdowns apart. But in yards, they almost like 700 yards apart.
Right.
It's about that number. I think one, like the touchdown one, I think Randy had like 156 to T.O.'s 153.
Mm-hmm.
Yardage, but T.O. has about like 15,900. I think Randy got like 15,300, something like that. And listen, I know one of my partners, so when we had this debate a few years ago on the panel, one of the dudes like, well, just think if he, think about if he had played in Oakland. Wasn't nothing wrong with him in Oakland. He just didn't want to play. He the one took the money.
Yeah, he took it.
I mean, come on. Like, we can't excuse his Oakland Raiders years. They happen.
Right. They happen. He played there 1 year, right?
He was there 2. He played in Oakland 2 years.
Yep.
2 terrible years.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, true enough, he had Kerry Collins as a quarterback 1 year. I mean,
again, Kerry Collins was there before he got there. So, I mean.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's where you chose to go.
You knew where you were going.
Right. Yeah. I guess he believed in that bad boy stuff, and he was a bad boy, but, as far as
straight
all
cash,
that.
Homie. Straight
cash, homie. Straight cash, homie. But, all right, man. That wraps that up. So we both agree on T.O. I'm with you.
Oh, yeah.
I always say that. I've been saying that. So
yeah.
All right, man. We're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta Surgery Centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
Yo, check 1, 2, Flav in the building, and you know who you listening to? The 3-point conversion. Flav in the building.
Yo, we're back.
Yeah, boy.
Inside a 3-point conversion sports lounge.
Bro.
And we have family in the building.
Yeah, boy.
None other than our cousin, orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta, Dr. Donnie Fowler III. What's going on, Doc?
Doc.
What's up, guys? I was looking for a big clock to put around my neck.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't find one in time. So
My mom would not let me get one of them clocks. I begged every year for one. My mom was like, "Are you crazy?
What? Yeah,
Get out of here
man.
with that, boy."
Yeah, I wish I could have had one too. I thought that was the hardest thing back then. Boy, you look at some of the stuff we did, like what?
My mama say, "You gotta watch. You want a clock around?"
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh, we were dumb. We were so dumb. We were dumb.
Oh man, that's funny. Doc, you good? How you doing, man?
I'm good. Got a day off tomorrow. It's nice. I mean, I'd say I could sleep in, but you can't sleep in when you got a 10-month-old.
Baby, no,
Nope.
Ain't do that. Let's try to start a fight. But Doc, I want to ask you first. With we covered the Dream. We're in Atlanta, and Ron Howard. She's been out with an injured left ankle. Now she is set. She was picked to be on a 3-on-3 Olympic team for the women's basketball 3-on-3 team. Do you think she's still able to do that? Will she be able to make it, or do you feel like she's not going to be back in time?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there hasn't been much that's come out in the about 2 weeks since it happened. Just that she was out indefinitely, and they would have an update in the coming weeks. So obviously that means it's a pretty significant injury, and with the Olympics obviously not that far out, I think it's a pretty short turnaround from kind of the gravity of how they're talking about it for her to really be ready for that, which obviously is awful when I'm sure she's excited to represent her country and would still have that honor of I guess still being designated to be a member of the team, but it's a whole different story to actually go over there and play. So I think you'll probably hear more in the next week, because obviously they can't, I think, really go down to the wire and try to throw someone there at the last minute. So I think you're going to get an answer on that pretty soon, but I don't think they've announced that yet as far as I've seen.
Doc, we got to talk hamstrings and Michael Harris. Hamstring is such unfair, and I hate that injury. How long are we looking at with Mike Harris? Because his hamstring, you can feel good today, and then tomorrow that thing will tighten back up, Doc. Yeah. Talk to us about Michael Harris and his hamstring.
Yeah, so I think he's about 2 weeks in, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think he was mid-June as well. Right. So I think that full disclosure, I have not seen his MRI, but they called it a grade 2, which again we grade on a scale of 1, 2, and 3 when you talk about soft tissue injuries, 1 being mild, 2 being moderate, 3 being severe. So he has a moderate hamstring injury, and I mean, normally that means you're looking at a closer to a 4 to 6 week kind of time frame, not like a 2 or 3 week kind of thing. So I think I saw something where he was just cleared to start some very light like jogging and stuff, but obviously that doesn't mean sprinting, cutting, etc. And I think with the All-Star break coming up in 2 weeks or a little less than 2 weeks now, I mean, he's definitely out through the All-Star break. I don't think there's any question about that. I think it's a matter of how quickly does he get back after the All-Star break. And I could see it by the end of this month, but I'd say that's probably best case scenarios towards the end of July.
Freaking hammies, man. Hammies.
Yeah, hammies. Now, Doc, I always wanted to know this. You know how especially in basketball, you'll have a player maybe tear their meniscus or something like that, or just something where they're out for a long period of time, and then you'll hear in the report that, all right, they're clear to come back to the bench, not to play, not even to suit up, but just to sit on the bench. Is that because the doctors are saying, okay, we don't trust you all? You might get hit, when a player's diving into the bench, or I don't know. Like, why is that? I never got that.
I think it does depend, I think, on the league and the situation. I mean, yes, to some degree, it's some of those guys, if they're hurt, whether it's a knee injury or an ankle fracture and they're in a boot or a scooter, and some like crazy play happens and they get excited. It's just like almost like mentally they forget, hey, I'm injured, and they jump up and they can like hurt themselves worse kind of thing. And I even think about the I forget what it was. It was I remember the college basketball tournament where the basketball coach had like the torn Achilles.
GSU, Georgia State
University. Yeah. And he was on his scooter in the booth and jumped up and like fell down on the ground kind of thing. So that stuff happens. Now, the other thing that I think you sometimes have to take into account is how much bench space there is, and do you have like a limit as to the number of personnel that you can have out there, and that kind of thing too. So I think sometimes it's a numbers thing, but also I think there is a safety portion of it too. So
now, Doc, we got to ask you this, and gotta be professional. Because you are professional. Could you be the doctor for, let's say, the Duke Blue Devils or the Washington Commanders? And would that affect, because you love your team, so would that affect your diagnosis on a few guys? Because, I mean, some guys you do want to play. I mean, the sooner the better. Would you stay professional, Doc?
Yeah, I mean, I think I could to some degree. I have. I mean, so here's the deal. I mean, I was one of the doctors for Duke when I was a resident there for doing my orthopedic residency. So I was one of the Duke team doctors for 5 years at Duke. Now, I wasn't the head physician. I was still in training. So I wasn't the one making the final calls or decisions, but I was still out there, on the sidelines and or the court and providing medical care. So I was one of the Duke, doctors, basketball, football, soccer, lacrosse, etc. So I guess I like to think in those moments, and obviously still working with the Mets, you kind of have to realize your position, and you are a doctor first and a fan way, way, way down lower second.
Right.
And so you always have to maintain that professionalism no matter what. Sure, it's going to be a little harder if it's a team that you actually grew up rooting for.
Right.
But I feel like at least I'd say most doctors out there can separate out the two and again, act like a doctor first and a fan second. I mean, honestly, recent kind of different situation. I covered the USA Panama soccer game at Mercedes-Benz last week for the Copa America, but we were covering both teams and providing medical support. So I couldn't technically cheer for the USA being on the sideline. And so once or twice I did actually catch myself about to like try to do something or like cheer. And I was like, wait, no, I can't do that. I'm neutral. So those things happen, but no, I think most at least orthopedic surgeons, once you get to that stage in your career, you've gone through it, you've done team coverage, you kind of take it as a true honor and privilege to be there, and you take it seriously. So you don't do anything that's gonna, compromise that doctor, athlete, or team relationship.
Follow-up question real quick. Okay, I gotta ask Doc this. Were you shocked the first time you saw Cameron Indoor?
I was. I mean, I was pretty young. I mean, I was probably like 5 or 6 years old the first time that I was there and kind of remember it. So it's different when you're younger, but I think probably when I took it in the most, I remember going it was either 8th or 9th grade year to the like Duke basketball camp. And it was just I was old enough then, I think, to even more just kind of appreciate it. And for those that have been there, it's not like it's like a high school gym basically.
I was shocked. My daughter, Duke was like in her final 3 before she picked UNC. We were taking the tour, and they say, "Oh yeah, by the way, there's Cameron Indoor," and I'm just looking around like, where I'm looking for like this nice facility. They're like, "No, that building right, that's no, that's not Cameron Indoor." Yeah. That was Cameron Indoor. I was floored, Doc.
Oh man, I haven't been there. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, and they've built some buildings off of it, but I don't think they're ever going to change the essence of it.
And they shouldn't.
Yeah, they should. Right.
Yeah.
So
I was shocked.
I wanted to ask you just quickly because Nationals are your team, right?
And yeah, baseball.
Because when I think about you've been this is your team, but you've been a doctor, and to me, this is probably the scenario I think about. Like, how would you handle this? You say, what's their best player right now
for the Nationals?
Yeah.
That's a loaded question. Who's going to be their best player, or
who's going to be okay? Let me take it back.
Right now, the big excitement, they just called up James Wood from the minors this weekend, who was like one of the top 5 like across baseball prospects. He's like 6'7", like Aaron Judge type kind of look. So he's like all the new hype that finally got called up to the show. So that's the big name in the Nats right now is James Wood.
So let me take it back. Let's say when y'all were winning, let's say you got Bryce Harper, right?
Mm-hmm. Or
and
Juan
you're
Soto.
the doctor, huh? Yeah, right.
Or Juan Soto, or
Juan Soto, either or.
Yeah.
And y'all trying to make this pennant race. Oh, I sound old when I say that, but y'all in this pennant race, and you're the doctor, and Juan gets up, or Bryce, whichever one, and they hit a routine ground ball to shortstop. And they're hustling, running real fast, and they mess around and pull a hamstring. I just wondered, Doc, if you're working on them, I just wondered if that fan hood will come out where you like, what was you thinking? You knew you wasn't beating that. You knew you weren't gonna beat that out. Like, why would you know what I'm saying? That's the part where I'm like, so in our profession, so Mace, I don't know who's your team. So
look, you must have been watching Any Given Sunday.
Right.
The doctor on there, James, right. I can't think his name. Yeah.
Because so in my profession, what I do, covering a game, I just wonder, like when the Bulls came to town, I won't lie, my first time covering the Bulls, when I first started covering the Hawks, and Zach LaVine came down the court, it was like a 3-on-1, and he pulls up for a 3-pointer and bricks it. My knees was moving up and down because I was so mad. I lifted the whole table up, and everybody looked at me and be like, and the whole time I'm like this, like just, and it was hard. That's why I wonder, just with the fan, like, and I've probably been through this before.
It is hard. No, I mean, you said it best. It's always hard, and you're always going to have those feelings. You kind of have to suppress them and say, "Hey, I'm a professional. Act like you belong," kind of thing, and then you can cheer quietly, or when you're at home and they're playing someone else, you can go nuts watching on the TV. But yeah,
the cheering part is cool, but getting mad—that's the part. Is like they do something dumb and you just like you trying to have attitude. What was you thinking? That's why I said if you run it, you like Bryce. Why would you run? And you kind of
why I asked. But if they don't run, then they get flack and they get reprimanded and pulled from the game because they weren't hustling. So
I think that's a great question, Mace. That was a great question. But all right, Doc, man. Look, you enjoy it's 4th of July, right? Yeah, 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yep, baby.
Enjoy it, man. And
fireworks. You got a lot of fireworks, Doc, or you just nah?
We're gonna go a little parade action. That's about it. Nothing. Okay. We'll probably stay away from the fireworks. I've seen too many.
You sound like me.
I've seen too many. I've treated too many patients in the ER from fireworks injuries to probably want to get too crazy with that. So,
hey, what's my man? Shout out to my guy that played for the.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah, shout out to Jason Pierre-Paul. But all right, Doc. Well, man, you enjoy your holiday, man, and we'll see you next week.
All right, guys. Enjoy your holiday. Take care.
All right, Mace. We're gonna take this one quick break,
Doc
bro.
Funny, man.
Yeah, Doc Funny, and we'll be right back.
So I gotta add this to because Dez caught it, and now this ball.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the situation. The situation with Dez, I was sitting at the house when Romo decided to change the play and go to the pass.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's funny because it took me back to a memory with Bill, and Bill always had this thing when we were driving down the field, and Bill would say, "Hey, as we get down the field, we ain't got no timeouts. This is how much time you got. I need you to get down the field and kick a field goal." Well, I look at Romo when we used to do it in practice, like, the hell with that. Let's go get a touchdown.
Right.
And then Bill used to tell us, hey, the reason why I said kick a field goal is because we can take all the time off the clock, kick a field goal, and win. So, it's 4th and 1. All you got to do is get a first down. He throws the ball to Dez. Dez catches it. At that point, we don't really need a touchdown, but Dez wants to score.
Right.
As well as he should. So, when the ball came away and he grabbed the ball again, at that very moment, I'm sitting in my house watching it like, he's about to get them with the rule that they did in Chicago. He's going to get them with the Megatron rule.
Yeah,
I said
yeah.
he's about to do that right now. And everybody kept saying, no, he's not. I said Megatron did the same thing. Caught the ball, went to the ground, went to push up off the ground. The ball came out of his hand. They said incomplete.
Did not survive the ground.
I said he's about to do that with us. And it was a smart play. But again, all we needed at that time was a first down.
You talking about the one against Detroit, right?
No, I'm talking about the one against Green Bay.
Green Bay, my bad.
But if he catches it
and just
go down,
secure,
take the time off the clock.
I never looked at it like that.
Field goal, win.
I never looked at it like that.
You don't need the touchdown.
Right.
So just play smart football. Get the first down. Take the time off the clock. Field goal, win.
Oh, them some painful conversations, bro. We gotta get him on the show, dog. I gotta reach out. We gotta get him on the show, man.
Great guy. Great storyteller. Great storyteller.
All right, man. So we gotta talk baseball quickly. So, mate, if you can you pull up the starters for the All-Star team?
Let's see if they done finally announced it.
Right.
Because the show, I think the show's still going on.
What?
Yeah.
What? We just need to know the starters.
Let's see. I got it. I got it up on the TV.
You see, they got few by few on the ticker, huh?
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. American League All-Star starters. First base, Vladimir Guerrero, of course. Second base, Jose Altuve.
Right.
Shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. Sharp. I thought Bobby Witt should have got that. Third base, Jose Ramirez of your Cleveland Guardians.
Right.
Of course, your outfield, you're going to have Aaron Judge.
Yep.
He's an outfielder. Aaron Judge. Ooh.
Who they have?
Oh, my God. They're tripping.
Who?
Catcher Adley Russman from the Baltimore Orioles. Really? Salvador Perez should have got that.
Wow.
And Yordan Alvarez from the Houston Astros. He is your DH.
Who's the other? So you had Judge. I missed the other outfielders. Oh, they don't have it yet.
Hold on, they don't have them yet. They
oh my God! Come on, man. The show started at 7.
Yeah, dog.
So what they got for National League?
Hold on. Okay, Stephen Kwan.
Okay.
From the Cleveland Guardians. Then we waiting on one more outfielder.
They tripping, bro.
Juan Soto.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. National League, everybody. First place, surprise, Bryce Harper.
Right.
Saw that coming. Second base, Ketel Marte from the Arizona Diamondbacks. I like that guy. Shortstop, boo. Trey Turner, boo. Only reason he got in, Kabuki Betts hurt. Mookie Betts wasn't hurt. Mookie Betts will be the All-Star shortstop. Third baseman, you got Alec Baum from the Philadelphia Phillies. And your outfield, you got Jerickson Profar. You also have Christian Yelich. And you also have...
it's good to see Yelich back.
Yo.
It's good to see Yelich back.
I like that guy. Young,
even though I hated him because of Cubs, I hate the
I mean, that's understandable.
But it's still to see him back. But go ahead.
And the guy who used to be my favorite player, but he keep getting hurt, Fernando Tatis, he got in.
Oh.
At catcher, you got William Contreras. And of course, the DH, surprise, everybody, one Shohei Ohtani.
MVP. Better question. We'll wrap it up. Well, I have two questions. First of all, hate Will Contreras left Chicago. That's my dog. So we'll stick with this and I'll ask you the Braves question. MVP right now so far. Judge or Shohei?
Dog.
Just like last year almost, but
Reds almost like right now you have to get an edge to Judge because they always talk about chicks digging the long ball. I think he's up to 36 now.
Right. But you don't have to worry about it because you got the NL MVP.
Yeah, the NL MVP,
but still, we saying the best, Yeah,
if Mookie Betts was not hurt right now, Mookie Betts was running away with this thing.
Right.
He was slapped running away with it. He got the injury. But New York, I mean, media capital of the world. I mean, come on. And the guy, say what you want, man. I just love watching Aaron Judge bat, man. I mean, it's
Aaron Judge is that
where he gonna slap that thing out of that little bit ass Yankee Stadium, man. That thing like a little league ball. Man, get out of here with that.
Aaron Judge is young. He got that
young, man. He getting better.
And he getting better.
Scary.
Mommy, we grew up, and I don't feel like you have a lot in this era anymore. But in the era when I grew up watching baseball, you always had that guy like as in Mark McGwire or Mo Vaughn or like these big guys that you knew was going to hit a home run. That was going to come through every time. It was just like, all right, what's going to happen? What is he going to do? And I mean, he never disappoints, man.
Yeah,
that dude is that's something else. All right, before we go, gotta ask you: Is there any trade for the Braves to make that can get them jump started? Is there anybody that's out there that the Braves could snatch up?
Dude, gotta be one of these pitchers that's on the block, man. It got to be pitching, and along with health. Because the biggest issue with the Braves, they can't stay healthy.
Right.
We get, soon as our third baseman, what's the third baseman name? Mind drawing the blank right now.
Who, our third baseman?
Yeah, the Atlanta Braves third baseman.
We say, all right. Golly. Riley. No, Riley's not. Yeah, Riley.
Austin Riley. So as soon as Austin Riley comes back and start getting the groove, Mike Harris goes out.
Right.
We're not having any continuity in the lineup. So we got to get healthy first and foremost. And shout out to Ozuna. Remember when they about 2 years ago to the DUI or whatever whatever it was. Yeah. They're ready to run Ozuna out of town. All Ozuna has done is play his way back into the fans' heart. I tell people all the time, winning and performing takes care of everything.
I tell you this. I was saying this back then. I don't even believe that. I don't know if they showed him testing, but I believe he got pulled over just because he was doing that bad. Man, we about to arrest this just so he couldn't play the next game. Hey, let's keep him out, dog. We liking this fool up. This joker killing us, right? Like, nah, he get arrested. Nah, you good. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let you play.
But I'm gonna say this. Because Cobb County petty like that.
Yep. Hey, what'd you say? I ain't gonna hold you, but
hey, God kind of they ran them plays like, man, pull his ass, pull it.
Oh man,
hey, cut they body mics off and everything. Like, dude, what are you doing, dog? Like, we traded for you and you are giving us nothing.
Bro, they arrested him because they wanted to play the next 2 games, dog. We got arrested, dude. Hopefully he gets suspended. That's what I was saying, dog. Oh, that's funny, boy. That is funny. Oh, I bet you won't get pulled up again now.
Hey, he probably speeding and smoking and everything right now. He running play like.
I'll let him go, dog.
Dog, you see his on base percentage, man. He balling, man. We ain't even do nothing to disrupt that, man. What? Keep smoking, Ozuna.
Oh man, yeah, but boy, I know he got pulled over purposely. But anyway, man, yo, that's funny. But all right, man, it's been another good one, man.
He probably leave a turn of field, true as fall, whatever it's called now. Windows down, smoking loud, like
right.
Cops can't, man, like DMS on belly. Man, these cops can't touch me. I'm out here smoking.
Right.
All that, dog. Untouchable.
Oh, good now, but boy, man, that was funny. I know they pulled him over for that, dog. Oh man, that was funny. But yeah, Joker ain't do nothing.
That's wild.
But anyway, man, hey y'all, look, y'all hear this music? I already know what it means. Music is time to let you know. Before we let you know, shout out. So stay tuned because you might be part of it. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the Almighty God for giving me this platform to do what I do, say what I say, make you all upset, mad, want to give me the stop it button. God, I appreciate it. We didn't even do a stop it today. The show was going so well, but that's cool. We got plenty coming up later on next week. But you know what? Rook, I'm gonna give a stop it to Landry. And Landry, my guy. You know, Landry, my guy. I always get on Landry because, you know, Landry, the GM, that joke could be laughing like they outside the club. Joke could be, you know how they exaggerate laughing.
Always showing the teeth.
Hey, you know, they say something funny, you mess around, start running and jogging in place and run 5 feet and just laugh. It's Landry for the game. But no, Landry gonna say, Landry said that, it was a tough decision. We had 2 more people that we had what that we was gonna pick. No, stop it, dog. You ain't had nobody else.
Come on, dog.
Come on, who? I wish Chris Kirsten was here. You know, Chris Kirsten would have asked him who. But anyway,
name him. Spill it.
Right. But anyway, shout out to Dr. Fowler for coming on, man. And shout out to Ortho Atlanta, our sponsor. Also, shout out to my dog, Mace, man. Appreciate you once again, dog. Anything you want to say?
Hey, man, just everybody. Hey, if you're not watching the WNBA games, leave the takes to yourself. We don't want to hear them.
Right.
We don't care.
Right.
Hey,
hey, man, make sure everybody's safe. Y'all stay safe, man. Don't be Jason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be doing that. So stay safe.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
Shout out to my guy Will, man. Shout out to Red Gunner. Shout out to Unc Greg came on here.
What up, Unc?
Shout out to everybody else who was watching. Special shout out to my lovely children, my nieces, nephews, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, aunties, grandparents, play cousins. Hey, man, let people know that you love them.
Play cousins are important. Play cousins are important. They're important.
Very important. Love them while they're still alive, man. Remember, eat good, drink responsibly tonight and tomorrow. Y'all be safe. Until then, man, you got sports, you got WNBA, man. You got baseball.
Yeah.
You know,
All you people who say ain't no sports going on right now, stop it.
Hey, real quick though, I used to say this, Base. If you're not a baseball fan, I used to say this. Tell your wife, your significant other, tell your girl, hey, you know what, baby? Just for you, I'm gonna just get this month up and just kick it with you. I ain't gonna worry about sports right now. I'm gonna just get this time up for you, baby. Now, see, you can't do that because you're a baseball fan. But people who are not baseball fans, you know what I'm saying? You got to do that. But anyway, man, next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. When you miss me, I'm out. Peace.
Let's go.